As you probably know by now, Lovevery has recently started having select items sold at Target. Some of these items are brand new, while others are items that were retired from the regular play kits, being re-released as Target exclusives. In this video, I give you my thoughts on the items, as well as tells you which ones I believe are must-haves. Lovevery is offering 3 different collections at Target. The Infant Collection, which is 0 to 6 months, Baby Collection, 6 to 12 months, and Toddler Collection, 12 to 24 months. The Infant Collection consists of 4 toys with 1 brand new item and 2 sorta new. The reason I say sorta new is because it's slightly modified versions of toys that's already included in their play kits. The Organic Montessori Ball is a retired item that used to be in the Sensory Play Kit, so I actually already have this. It's been a while since my son has played with this, but I remember him having fun with it. I wouldn't call this a must-have, but I think for the price, it's worth the buy. At the price of $14.99, I would say it's a fair price point. I never found anything exactly like this on the market, but Amazon does have something that's pretty close at $19.99, and it's still cheaper than this alternative. The Colorful Animals wooden book is technically a new item. Currently, the very first box, the Looker, does come with a wooden book, but it's black and white. At early stages, especially newborn, your child can only see high contrast, so the colorful wooden books would probably be better for a little bit later stages of infancy. Personally, I chose to skip this just due to the large amount of book collection we already have. Wooden books seem to be fairly unique though, so I can see the appeal as why parents would want this. At $12.99, it's not an outrageous price, as the closest wooden book I can find on Amazon costs $12.99. Although this book on Amazon seems a bit more complicated with the pictures, so it's probably not good for someone at 0 to 6 months old. The Montessori rolling rattle is fairly similar to the rolling bell that's included in the Charmer play kit. However, there's quite a size difference. You can take a look at it right here. The rolling bell is almost half the size of the Montessori rattle. I found it to be different enough for me to purchase it myself. Of course, this isn't for my son, as he would find it a bit boring. It's probably better for someone a little bit younger, so I'm saving this for my daughter when she gets old enough. The price of $11.99 is really good, as a near identical concept toy on Amazon costs $29.99. The last item in the infant collection is the Montessori Sensory Ball. This is a completely new item that isn't present in any of the play kits. The idea behind it is the sensory balls for your child to experience different textures as well as develop hand control from holding onto the different knots. This is the least expensive item at Target, going for $8.99. However, even at its lowest price, I wouldn't call it cheap. You can get a set of 6 sensory balls, with the pink one having a very similar shape and concept for $11.99. Although it does seem that this set is a bit smaller than the Lovevery one. I'm not too sure how my daughter will react with this toy yet, but overall I do trust Lovevery to use materials that are baby safe. I'm not saying that these other companies don't use baby safe material, but I'm not familiar with their brand and company ethics, and I'm already very familiar with Lovevery, so I'm just gonna play it safe and go with them. This brings us to the baby collection, 6 to 12 months old. Once again, there are 4 items in this collection. 2 of the items are brand new, and 2 items we've seen before. When I first saw the Lovevery items that were going to be available, there were 2 items that really jumped out at me, and I wanted to make sure I got my hands on them for my children. One of these is the Drip Drop Cup set. This is the full 12-piece set. The Inspector Play Kit currently does include 6 of the smaller cups. However, the 6 larger cups are no longer included in the companion play kit, which is a huge bummer, as these cups all stack together very nicely. There is a slight upgrade on these Drip Drop cups versus the ones I received in my play kits in the past. They've updated it so that edges are no longer painted on. Previously, my only complaint about the Drip Drop cups was that the paint would eventually kind of scrape off. With this newer design, it looks like they fixed this. So this is a welcome change. And I also like to point out that they had a slight color change, as they replaced the pink ones with this shade of blue here. These are by far my son's favorite bath toys since we introduced them when he was 7 months old. So he is now 27 months old and still playing with these cups. So for the price of $15.99, I would say these are well worth it and a must-have. The Lovevery wooden stacking stones were originally included in Thinker, but they have been removed. While the wooden stacking stones do look very nice, these were an item that my son never really showed too much interest in, no matter how many times I rotated them in. I'm hoping that maybe my daughter will find these a bit more enjoyable to play with. For the price of $12.99, it's not bad, as the closest alternative I could find goes for $24.62. The Hide and Find drop box looks like they shrank down the concept of the slide and seek ball run into just one of the sides. This looks like it would be fun, but I have quite a few object permanence boxes from Lovevery already, so I don't think I really need another one. At $24.99, it's slightly more expensive than many of the object permanent boxes with similar concepts in the market. The last item in the baby collection, the Montessori Wobble Stacker, is another new item from Lovevery. This helps build coordination with the wobble base as well as dexterity. Being able to wobble also helps make it easier to stack the rings from different angles. I want to say that this is another really well priced toy at $15.99. Alternatives on Amazon that cover a similar concept goes for $19.99. The toddler collection, which covers 12 to 24 months, has 5 items as it does cover a larger gap compared to the previous 2 collections. I know many parents are extremely excited about the Montessori Rainbow baby toy. For $24.99, it's a very attractive price for something compared to Grimm's Rainbow. Of course, one of the biggest questions many will ask is, how does this compare to Grimm's Rainbow? Well, first off, it's not quite apples to apple. Grimm's Rainbow, the large set, is significantly more expensive and comes with 12 pieces, so it's hard to compare against that one. However, they do have a smaller set that includes 6 pieces versus Lovevery's 5. The price for these two are closer as Grimm's Small Rainbow goes for about $34. Besides being $9 cheaper, the biggest difference is that Lovevery's Rainbow has a larger gap between each rainbow. This means that it should be easier for a child to stack, giving them more room for error. I personally skipped this as we already have the large Grimm's Rainbow, but if you're still looking for a rainbow toy, Lovevery looks like a good buy and a good price. The Friends Shape Puzzle was retired from the Pioneer Play Kit. During the time, the Play Kit does recommend at the age of 16 to 18 months for this, but I found that my son didn't fully master this puzzle until he was closer to 20 months old. At $17.99, it makes it a bit more expensive than many of the other shape puzzles in the market. However, many of the shape puzzles I've seen seem to be a bit lower quality when compared to Lovevery. The nesting felt baskets were originally in the Babber Play Kit, but were recently removed in the revamp. My son had a blast playing with these. He mainly used the larger one as a hat, but he still had quite a bit of fun with them. There is a slight difference in the Target ones, as they have updated their color scheme to be a bit more in line with the rest of Lovevery's usual color offerings. $17.99 does seem a bit expensive for these, but there really isn't anything in the market that is close. I found something similar previously, but it looks like that is no longer available on Amazon. Chloe and her car looks familiar because it's basically an updated version of Stella and her Speedster. Before my son started playing with Chloe, I didn't think there was anything wrong with Stella, but Chloe is actually a nice upgrade. The base of the two are slightly different, which allows Chloe to sit better in her car. I've noticed Stella tends to fall out of her car quite easily, while Chloe doesn't have this problem. Due to this shape difference, the two are not interchangeable. For $12.99, I say it's worth the price as there aren't too many toys with similar concept of a removable driver. Also, these cars are very easy and smooth to push. Highly recommend it if your child likes playing with toy cars. The last item in the toddler collection is the Post and Play Peg People. This is the other item that jumped out at me. At $14.99, the price seems like a steal when you compare them to something like Grimm's 7 Friends and Bowls that goes for $55. Unfortunately, I still have not been able to get my hands on these, which brings me to the biggest gripe of Lovevery's Target toys, which is supply. I have no idea whose idea it was to release these in such limited quantities. Not only have the quantities been limited, the stores they're available in are limited as well. I live in a fairly large city of Houston, Texas, which probably has over 20 Target stores. Lovevery website says there are 2 Targets in a 50-mile radius that carries these toys. However, I'm not even sure that's correct, as based off of Target's website, only 1 store so far has carried any of these toys. On the launch day, I was lucky enough to be able to order the Sensory Ball and Montessori Rolling Rattle online before they sold out. For the Drip Drop Cups, Chloe, and the Montessori Wobble Stacker, I had to drive 29 miles to get to the only Target in my area to buy them. I'm a big fan of Lovevery releasing these individual items at Target, as this allows more people to have access to these toys, as the play kits aren't cheap. I just wish they had a better forecasting and not have such limited numbers at release. Releasing these limited numbers have actually been the opposite effect of making Lovevery more accessible. I've seen many of these items go for double, sometimes triple the price on Mercari. Okay, rant over. Oh, wait, almost forgot to mention to you about the digital guide that comes with these. Each one of them comes with a unique code for you to enter and they'll email you the play guide. The play guide covers the same information you would get from the physical ones you get in the play kits. Let me know down below in the comment section which of these Lovevery toys is your favorite. Have you been lucky enough to be able to find these at a local Target? Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more Montessori inspired content. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and I'll catch you next time.